What is up, guys? It's me, the ALE Double X Prince, and I am here with my review of Money in the Bank 2021, the first ever pay per view in WWE with a crowd since the Elimination Chamber. I can't believe it. It's been so long, but it's what you can do. But I gotta say that this show was pretty good. I gotta admit, I enjoyed it for the most part. It got me excited for SummerSlam, which is what it's supposed to do. And yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I had some problems with some of the results. One match in particular, you know which one it is. But everything else, I'm pretty much happy with the show. It was pretty solid. This was a disappointment, but the Usos beat the Mysterios in the pre-show. I felt like this could have been the main roster. I mean, the main show, but what can you do? The Usos win their seventh SmackDown Tag Team Championships. There's overall seventh tag team belts. I am happy. I'm disappointed that they gave it to Jimmy Uso. Like it just feels so weird having him win after getting a DUI. It's like there's nothing stopping this guy from like getting unpushed, and it really hurts that people like RVD couldn't be. It made sense. I could have seen them taking off the WWE Championship, but them taking away the ECW Championship, like you single handedly ruined your own show. Well, to be fair, it's RVD's fault, but the point is, how is it that someone like RVD didn't get a better shot than Jimmy Uso's? Just like it's fucking ridiculous. And this man just gotta get his shit clean. If he gets another strike, I am completely done with Jimmy Uso. Like this fucking idiot. Like, come on. It's like, god damn it. Then we get to the worst Money in the Bank ladder match of all time. Not for the result, just the way it was thrown out. Now, Alexa Bliss got a pop, a baby face pop, and people were cheering for her. She's great. She's very charismatic. I guess the gimmick got a little bit over, but it's still kind of whack in some parts. But Alexa Bliss is over. She's getting a lot of praise, and people thought she was gonna win. And holy shit, this was fucking terrible. Now, Zelina Vega signed with the WWE once again after being bullied. And what did they do to her? They had her pretend to be um, a freaking like manipulated by Alexa Bliss, and then she walks down the ladder, and then she climbs back up like, oh shit, I'm not manipulated anymore. It's so fucking stupid. And all I gotta say to this is you fucking deserve it, Selena Vega. You should have never re-signed. What a fucking idiot. Like, yeah, that's like you ran into this. Like you should have seen this coming. You could have gone to AEW with your husband, but you decided I'm gonna go to WWE. Like it gave me a shit ton of money, but they're gonna treat me like shit. And yeah, if she likes getting treated like shit, then good for her. But if not, if she starts crying in the fucking internet like Lana, then she fucking deserves it. She fucking deserves it. Um, they all bury Alexa Bliss literally with a bunch of ladders, and people were booing. The only person who got a big cheer reaction was Liv Morgan. Now, I've had mixed feelings on Liv Morgan. In one hand, I see the appeal. She's very beautiful. She has solid mic skills, and she is very charismatic, and she has some great wrestling ability. But this is one of those people who develop by being a good character, and she did just that. And I thought to myself, maybe they're gonna pull the plug and give it to her. It makes sense because think about it. Um, it kind of reminded me of Zack Ryder at WrestleMania 32, where he was like the least likely to win, but then he won it, and it was like, oh shit. So I could see that. I could totally see that. But though they didn't go with that, Naomi, there's been talks that she was gonna win the briefcase, cash in on Bianca Belair, who wasn't on the show last I recall. I believe she defended the belt last SmackDown. I didn't actually see the show, but all right, there really wasn't anybody for her to fight, really. So I mean, who cares? But anyways, Naomi was one of the top picks. She was gonna win the briefcase, and then cash it in on Bianca Belair, and then she joins Roman, the Usos, and this big family dynamic, which would have been awesome. That honestly would have made a shit ton of fucking sense. But what did they go with? Nikki Ash. Who the hell is Nikki Ash? Nikki Ash is Nikki Cross pretending to be a superhero. And listen, I don't have a problem with this kind of gimmick, but it's just why give her the freaking uh money in a bank briefcase? And because okay, she's probably gonna fail at the cash in, or they're gonna take the briefcase off of her, and they're both shitty results. Like, why the fuck would you do that? And it just loses the prestige to the briefcase. I mean, last year Otis won it, and people were like, "No, don't do that. Do not give it to Otis." And what did they do? They gave it to Otis, and now look at where he is. Not to discredit, they actually like him and they try with him. But I mean, we could all agree that was a stupid idea. And this is actually even worse, believe it or not. At least Otis was red hot. Nikki Cross didn't get a reaction. She nothing came up about it. Like, she just came out of nowhere. She was a really stupid superhero, and it just sucks. Like, damn, they really went with that one. And trust me, they're gonna give her nuclear heel heat. And this is my biggest problem with professional wrestling. Period. Nobody wants to be just an entertainer, or just like everybody wants to be the headliner. Everybody wants to be the headliner. Cesaro, uh, freaking fucking everybody wants to be a headliner. Johnny Gargano. I'm not going to Raw or SmackDown because they're not gonna make me the WWE champion. I was like, so you could be a great intercontinental champion, Mr. Gargano, and like Nikki Cross, like the way the women's division has been developed, Nikki Cross, Nikki Ash is not the girl you want to go with. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, what a fucking dumbass idea this was. What? Who the fuck wrote this? Like, where's Shayna Baszler? She could have been another great option for her to be here. Asuka, I mean, it made sense why she was in the match, but I mean, she didn't need to win, but it would have been way much better. I would have preferred that, honestly. Tamina and Natalia, those it would have been cool if one of them turned on each other, then they win the briefcase, and then they go back and forth. That would have been good storytelling. And they went with the one girl who had no fucking reaction in their entranceway. Crowds are back, and they'll tell you who's over and who's not over. And Nikki Cross, Nikki Ash, yeah, she's not over. And yeah, imagine if this was the Hurricane. People would have been like, okay. I mean, the Hurricane would have gotten probably a better reaction if he was Mr. Money in the Bank. But in the long run, you think to the back of your side is like, Mr. Hurricane, or the Hurricane, I should say, has a chance of being the WWE champion, and he could probably beat John Cena. Well, that's a bad example. People hated him at the time. Or what if the Hurricane cashed in on the Undertaker? People would have taken that really weird. Um, I mean, I would have loved it if it was Nikki Cross, that brutal, villainous, crazy, out of her mind person. But instead, we're getting this go-lucky superhero who fucking looks stupid, and I don't like it. I do not like it. So yeah, this AJ Styles and almost defeated the Viking Raiders. Now I kind of feel bad for AJ Styles. Think about it. He went from a two-time WWE champion. He had classics with Joe, Bryan, Cena, Owen, Zayn, all of these top talents. Hell, he even got the best match out of Jinder Mahal's career. And he main evented WrestleMania 36, Night 1, against The Undertaker in his farewell match. And now he's been degraded to a tag team match division. Like, come on. This guy deserves so much better. And he's jobbing out to Ivar in a singles match. It's just like, no, this is not how you book your talent. Like, imagine if they did this with anybody who was well respected. I'm trying to think of some good names right now. Fuck, I'm trying to really think of some names that would have like. Trying to think. It's kind of like Rey Mysterio in 2006. He was the world champion, but he was degraded down over time, and it's just so embarrassing. And I feel bad for Styles because this guy was carrying uh SmackDown for a good while. Like, And with that said, I don't hate the tag team. It's actually not that bad. Almost is not a good to great wrestler, but he's over and people like him. People like his size. People like the way he just comes in at the right place at the right time, beats the crap out of people, and yeah, and you mean to tell me that they're heels? Like no, they're fucking baby faces. So yeah, I just hope that yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be them versus Orton and Riddle at SummerSlam, and they're gonna drop him to those guys. But AJ Styles should okay if you don't want to put him in the WWE Championship picture because he's older now, at least give him the IC belt, give him the US belt. Like I don't know, make AJ Styles relevant again. Like how the fuck is AJ Styles um this irrelevant in his career? He should have retired if this was the case. Bobby Lashley defeated Kofi Kingston in a 7-minute squash match, which was good. It was not bad. It's just the way Bobby Lashley's been misbooked. It's just like, oh, you kind of felt sorry for him. But now that he's beating the crap out of Kofi Kingston and not rolling up Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell, it's great to have this Bobby Lashley back. So, yes. And I hope to God that he does not face Goldberg. No one wants to watch that shit. Like, I swear, like, people, if Goldberg gets injured by mistake, you really think people are gonna fucking feel bad for Goldberg? No, they're gonna be cheering because fuck Goldberg. That's what they're gonna be their reactions. I'm begging the WWE, do not fucking do this. Charlotte Flair defeated Rhea Ripley, and I know a lot of people are going to complain, but honestly, Rhea Ripley is dull. Like, I'm gonna be really honest. Rhea Ripley is a good, solid wrestler, but she's dull as fuck. Um, and and it's sad because I actually like her look. I like her entrance music. She has it all, but it's just yeah, she just hasn't been the same. 2020 really fucked her up, and it doesn't help that she's being an asshole on the internet. And it was hard to cheer anybody in this match because no one really gave a shit. And I couldn't believe this, but people were, I mean, they were bummed that Charlotte is a 14-time women's champion, but in a way, they didn't care. It was just like, just rip the band aid off. And to their credit, the girls stole the night. They had the best match on the show. I'm not saying a lot because, I mean, the matches, actually, the last two matches were pretty good. But yeah, I really wasn't digging this Um, yeah, just yeah, I'm glad Charlotte won it, and there's talks that Becky Lynch is coming back. I'm hoping that's true because Becky Lynch is the woman that we need right now. But if she wants to stay retired, best to her because it's hard to be a wrestler and a mother. So it's like, yeah, if she doesn't want to come back, it's totally up to her, honestly. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Big E wins. That's all I could say. This was great. There was some top notch moments. Drew McIntyre fucking dives. I feel bad for Drew McIntyre. They're booing him, and I understand because that match Kofi and Lashley should have happened at Hell in a Cell, not McIntyre and Lashley. It was just like this guy just got shot after shot after shot, and he really didn't need to be in this match unless he was like degraded for so long, and then he had no choice but to enter himself into the Money in the Bank ladder match. That wasn't the story they told. It was just I'm constantly at the top, and it sucks for Drew McIntyre because he has the potential of being the face of the WWE. Honest to God, that's how I feel about Drew McIntyre. Anyways, this match was great. Ricochet had some fucking top notch like dives. I'm shocked this guy isn't injured. Um, but everybody had their role to play. But one thing that's really upsetting is that even though I'm glad Drew McIntyre didn't win, Jinder Mahal is the reason why he didn't win. And I really do not want Jinder Mahal back in my TV screen. This guy was dull. Like sometimes you just gotta admit that some people are pathetic, and Jinder Mahal is pathetic. That's just how I feel. Um, But Biggie winning that moment was fucking great. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings on Big E, but it's time. I think he should change his character up. I think he should stop being so goofy and he's not with the New Day anymore. It's time for him to be more serious. He's gonna be like, okay, I lost the IC belt at WrestleMania. I lost my big moment. So now that I'm Mr. Money in a Bank, I gotta be taking this shit way more serious. And I hope over time Big E learns that and he tells Vince like, hey, this whole bootios, it's a new day. Yes, it is. Me is not working anymore. It's time to change me up. So Big E, best of luck to you. Hopefully, you do become a WWE or Universal Champion. I just hope that in the long run, you change your gimmick up a bit. Roman Reigns defeated Edge in an incredibly well put together story match. I thought the match was. I thought the match was great. One of the best matches of the show, not the match of the night. And it kind of hurt that it should have been for the. It probably should have had a stipulation or like. I mean, if you put a stipulation, what's gonna stop the Usos from interfering? So I understand that perspective as to why. I mean, they did come out, but yeah, I thought these two have pretty solid chemistry. I thought it was good, and Roman Reigns beat Edge after 30 minutes. It was great, and then what happened? The big thing that happened is the moment Roman Reigns picks up a microphone. He says, "Acknowledge me." Doo, doo. And John Cena comes out with a new green shirt. He finally changed that fucking shirt. And yeah, it's official. John Cena and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. I am not complaining. I have suggested this. I have suggested that Roman and Edge would have a no contest at this show. Charlotte and Rhea main event because of that result. And then Roman Reigns and Edge have a rematch at SummerSlam in an I Quit match or something with a stipulation. And then Bobby Lashley faces John Cena because John Cena, I hear he's going to stick around for a while. And the last thing I want him to do is um, dethrone Roman Reigns. I don't think he needs to do that. He could dethrone Bobby Lashley if Brock Lesnar's not coming back, and I personally wouldn't have minded. I just would probably feel scared knowing that Bobby Lashley could probably get buried following that loss. Um, However, yeah, I'm just like, if we're not gonna do Brock and Lesnar or Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, I would have loved to see Bobby Lashley and John Cena. I know we've seen the match before in 2007, but it would be great to do it again. These two have pretty solid chemistry, I might add. Anyways, that is it for my review of Money in a Bank. I thought it was a solid show. Pretty good to be back. I enjoyed it for the most part. Definitely get me hyped for SummerSlam. I can't wait for the SummerSlam build. Hopefully it's phenomenal. Anyways, it's me, the ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And until then, I'm out.